please?
You see
No.
a green screen that says share screen.
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
we can see it. Yes.
You're there.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I don't know about this.
No problem. This is the direct.
Okay. Okay. Good evening from Albania, from Tirana, because it's almost 9 p.m. here in Tirana. My name is Elda Gjergji from the University of Elbasan, and I decided to apply for this conference, deciding the right age to vote. Worldwide, there are many debates on making decisions about the right age of voting, if it should be 16 years or 18 years old. Mainly the debate is elaborated into the consequences of lowering the voting process, as some countries has implemented it. Mainly this is in Europe and in South America, not more than 13 countries, that is exactly. The right to vote is one of the fundamental human rights, recognized since 1948 by the Universal Declarations of Human Rights. So this article is focused on the age of voting, but there is an age for people to get actively getting in the voting process. So the age of 18 is the right age to vote or to be voted or elected. Some empirical research have been done on this paper to present some perception of the experience of 16 years old people and any possible impact for this matter on civic discourse. There are many arguments and also some counter-arguments to this approach, which lead to the common models as well as significant differences. For the reason of increasing the civic participation of young people, especially teenagers, lowering the voting age can increase youth representation in politics, giving an overall a positive impact in these terms. What about the methodology of this article? The article makes an attempt to understand differences and to decide what is the best for the society itself, especially by reflecting on its consequences based on the Albanian case. The article brings into discussion some empirical studies from countries that have lowering the voting age. The findings are used for analysis from multiple authors on specific country cases in order to provide insights into those countries. The voting process is the most significant way of people to influence on government decision-making, but the voting process is also a moral and a civic duty for everyone. For most of it, voting is a task for strengthening democracy. Also, voting is known as a formal expression of preference for a candidate or a person for office or for a proposed resolution of an issue. So the process of voting generally takes place in the context of large-scale national or regional elections. So both regional or national elections might be just as critical to individual participation in government. The right to take part in the government to his or her country, directly or through freely chosen representatives, is a human right. But there is an age for people to get actively in voting process. So the age of 18 years is the right age to vote or to be voted and elected. In the Albanian constitution, which dates 1998, the right to vote is guaranteed without restriction due to sex, race, social status, education level, or wealth. Every Albanian citizen who has reached the age of 18 years old has the right to vote. The Article 44 of the Albanian Electoral Code of the Republic of Albania states the conditions for being a voter. I don't take much time for citing the article, so it's there. So everybody has a right, the citizens which have reached the age of 18 to be voted and to get voted. This important topic has been in the focus of debates whenever 16 years old should be allowed to vote or not. In 2019, an Albanian advocacy organization named CRCA Albania for the rights of children and youth in the country opened a national campaign called Voto 16, which in English is Voting 16 Years Old. Through an open public petition, CRCA is asking the parliament and all the parliamentary politician parties to work together to lower the age for voting from 18, that is currently, to 16 years old in Albania. So this became an open debate for those people against the year of 18 as the eve age for voting in Albania. Which are the positive effects of lowering the age to vote and then the impact of this in the society? So the first effect is the age development. The second, improving the lives and the respect for children and youth rights. The age of 16 years will make voting a habit. And lowering the voting age from 18 to 16 years will strengthen civil educations. From the other side, which are the negative effects, which so many countries do not choose to put people of 16 years old to vote, to get to the voting process. First, age limitations. So there might be many mistakes innocently committed as a teenager. Second, there is no legal obligations. Adults is considered 18 years old as a person. Also, 16 years old people cannot make important decisions. And there are also some psychological negative effects. So as a conclusion, in order to understand the pros and cons of lowering the voting age, we should look both sides of the issue. From the other side, this increased political discourse between teenagers, teachers, parents, grandparents, and so on, makes this group more likely to vote as well. The mass expansion of civic engagement is vital to democracy, as it empowers citizens to be well-informed and to fight for the changes they would like to see. For the reason to increase the civic participation of young people, especially teenagers, lowering the voting age would also increase youth representation in politics. Sure enough, teenagers can have little contribution to state policies who make decisions on issues that affect especially teenagers' future. Reducing the age of vote might influence on increasing political involvement and give light to those who have had vested interest in solving these issues, making it an important step forward to the democracy. So Albania has made many significant steps towards democracy, mainly by having positive experience guaranteeing the right to vote. Some active NGOs, Albanian NGOs, also have started public consultation with target people, so especially teenagers and young people, on how to improve democracy in respect for children and youth rights. So supporting the empowerment of teenagers and youth participation in decision-making, the main focus of interest remained the reduction of voting age to 16. The question of lowering the voting age incites us for further political, civic, and social engagement. The right to vote of youth people can empower the political participation, as well as representation of teenagers in all countries' processes. Access to education, technology, or experience in decision-making in society has become a potential manner for teenager and youth people to participate and practice their rights. There is a short reference